Welcome, everyone, to our Elevating Innovation series in partnership with Microsoft, where we explore how their ecosystem partners are building profitable practices through their AI cloud program. We're going to unpack what they are creating, learning, and where they are seeing their biggest return on investment across Copilot and Azure to grow their business. I'm Kori Hale, the CEO of CultureBanx, where we create business news through a culturally attuned lens, and we're going to unpack the importance of elevating innovation through cloud automation with the Vice President of Business Development from Gravik, along with the founder and director of Cetas Information Technology and the president of Safe PC Solutions. So thank you all for joining us today. And please know that you are the key to amplifying these Microsoft partners who are creating unique solutions and services for customers globally. Today, we're going to explore their journey, learn more about how they're fueling their company's growth, and go from there. So to kick things off, I am thrilled to welcome Regina Johnson, who leads partner community engagement at Microsoft. She works closely with leaders of small and medium-sized tech companies, visionaries really, who are driving transformation through their Microsoft Partner Program. She joins us today as part of this Elevating Innovation series, which is all about exploring how partnership can power the next wave of tech innovation. Microsoft's commitment to fostering meaningful collaboration across its ecosystem is central to this conversation. And so, Regina, I'd like to start with you. Thank you for joining us again.
Always a pleasure to be here. Thank you for being here to really, you said something visionaries, and I want to call out that word. The partners that we are interviewing today and the partners in our ecosystem are exactly that. And there's something cliche that Microsoft often says, it's called partners make more possible. And we really believe that we could not do many of the things that we do without partners. And so we're excited to be able to interview and share the stories of some of these phenomenal partners. And thank you for having me. And thank you, more importantly, for having these partners here to talk about how they're really trying to change the world.
Yes, they are. And really quickly, Regina, why we still have you, I would just love for you to share with our broader audience, people who may not already know a ton about the partner program, how this series aligns with Microsoft's broader vision for tech partnership, especially in the cloud space, and how partners are building kind of this stronger innovation ecosystems that promote resilience.
Yes, so the Microsoft AI Cloud Partner Program is for partner types. And when I say partner, for those who may not know, you're an entrepreneur, you're a company, you're building a solution, you're helping customers and other people in the world trying to understand technology, implement technology, and really try to navigate the technology space. So if you are an entrepreneur or a company who is doing that, we have had a partner program that creates resources and other support systems for you. And so many of the partners you're going to hear from today have really been navigating this space for several years. They have thriving businesses and they are really thinking through, how do I engage with a corporation like Microsoft and other partners to really create different innovative solutions and products and services. And so the partner program is here to support companies who are doing just that.
All right. I love this. Thank you so much, Regina, for even helping us pull all of this together. And with that in mind, everyone, it's time to jump right into our conscious conversation around elevating innovation with our excellent panelists today, including Daniel Johnson, who is the Vice President of Business Development at Gravik. With over 25 years of experience, Dan is a seasoned consultative advisor, guiding businesses and senior executives through the complexities of Microsoft Dynamics ERP, CRM, Azure Cloud, managed IT, and information security solutions. His passion lies in orchestrating large-scale projects with like-minded individuals, leveraging his experience to collaborate seamlessly with customers, partners, and internal teams to bring visionary ideas to life. Also joining us is Murali Avanamuthu, the founder and director of Cetas Information Technology, with over 3 decades of technology and business transformation experience across India, APAC, and the Americas. Murali helps organizations navigate change and drive sustainable growth. Today, Cetas is a trusted Microsoft Solutions partner with a global team of over 150 professionals and delivers end-to-end Microsoft Dynamics 365 ERP, CRM, and Power Platform solutions for mid-market and enterprise businesses globally. Rounding out our panel is Medina Ali, president and co-founder of SafePC Solutions, which is a leading IT services and cybersecurity firm focused on AI governance, cloud computing, and digital transformation. As a visionary leader and global ambassador for responsible AI, Medina is committed to advancing secure and ethical adoption while expanding access to technology education for underserved communities. Through Safe PC Solutions, she drives innovation in AI-powered cybersecurity training, Microsoft Copilot adoption, and enterprise cloud solutions aligned with NIST and CMMC frameworks. With over 20 years of experience, Medina has successfully provided reliable website application development for a global clientele, resulting in increased customer satisfaction and loyalty. So thank you all for being a part of this conversation. And I'm going to jump right in with the questions here because there's so much that we could all learn from you all. All of your organizations have built strong reputations, helping businesses navigate digital transformation through technology, automation, and innovation. And I'd love for you to share the inspiration behind your journeys, along with how your companies are uniquely positioned to help organizations adapt to an increasingly AI-driven and data-centric business environment. Medina, let's go ahead and start with you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about what we're doing at Safe PC Solutions. First and foremost, what's very, very important with Copilot adoption, it's very important that we train the organizations to make sure they're utilizing the effectiveness of Copilot because it does increase productivity. Recently, Microsoft has launched Coworker, which is a very, very powerful application. They also have launched E7 Frontier, where it empowers SMBs to build and develop agents for their business. So what we're doing with our clients is we're showing that Copilot can improve their overall revenue by building the agents that will help complement their business. So that's where our focus is. And 2 years ago, in terms of cybersecurity, we built a cybersecurity awareness training program on a generative AI platform using OpenAI. So for us, our focus has that training is essential for the AI adoption and also making sure our clients are being productive and improving their revenue. IT needs to no longer be looked at as a cost, but an investment. And I feel that's what Copilot is doing and changing the trajectory of the whole IT industry.
Oh, I love that. And it seems like you guys, especially because you've been in business for so long, have been able to help so many companies. And Daniel, I want to bring you into this. You guys are also based in the Northeast. How are you being able to help clients or really adapt in this increasingly AI-driven environment?
Yeah, sure. So when this company was founded 32 years ago, the basic premise was that we were going to help organizations, specifically in the SMB at that time, sort of modernize their operations. As we've grown as a company and moved into more of the mid-market and enterprise space, we've sort of stayed true to that idea of just helping companies solve difficult operational reporting and accounting problems through technology. And I think that today, with the pace of change, with the adoption of AI, I think you need an organization. We're an 80-person organization. And I think everybody in this organization touches, uses, educates customers, trains people on how to use AI. We're developing AI agents to help with the implementation and migration process when we re-platform companies. So it's our our goal when we started this company was to help companies solve their most difficult problems, and we're still doing that today.
Wow, that's super impressive. Over 30 years ago, you guys already had this vision and you've been carrying out this strategy ever since. Murali, I want to bring you in as well, especially because you are bringing a different type of global perspective with your company being based in India. How are you able to help your clients really adapt to this AI transformation?
Sure. If you look at Microsoft, in terms of a culture, they have basically put the partners first. And we in India, we have a lot of SMB customers who really need solutions but cannot afford, upper market products. So Microsoft really steps into that space quite nicely. And we have been able to help customers implement business applications, with, lower cost and, easier adoption and things like that. And with AI coming in, we are looking at AI from two perspectives. One, to use internally to improve the efficiencies of our development process, documentations, and so on. And also to use AI to solve many use cases which customers have. For example, we have been able to take delivery dockets, put them through Azure Content Understanding, and then automate the recording of the goods receipt process within the ERP system. So we have many such use cases, and we are continuously developing solutions which are all enabled by Microsoft Azure, Microsoft's AI implementation within Biz Apps and so on. So that's been the real inspiration behind us, completely aligned with Microsoft so far. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And the fact that you've already seen how implementing this in your business, implementing it for your clients has made such a vast improvement. Daniel, I want to bring the conversation back around to Greyback because what you guys have been developing in terms of this expertise and as you just mentioned, over 32 years since the company was founded, that deep expertise across software development, cybersecurity, along with cloud services has been very beneficial. And as organizations continue to face growing pressure to modernize operations while continuing to manage risk, where are you all seeing the greatest opportunities for technology-driven transformation? And how are you able to help build secure and scalable cloud and AI practices across the ecosystem as this change really develops in real time?
That's a big question. So what we're seeing a lot of the opportunity is in the modernizing the legacy ERP system stack. So it's kind of inside baseball for people outside of the industry, but Microsoft has announced the end of support for their legacy ERP systems, Dynamics GP, NAV, AX, SL. And they put a date on it and said, by this point, we're going to stop issuing updates, upgrades. You're not going to be able to add, remove the users and things like that. So we have a lot of those customers. So for the past 32 years, we've been adding that customer base. And now they're in a position where they need to re-platform. So Microsoft has two cloud-based applications called Business Central and Finance and Supply Chain, and we're helping customers navigate that migration because it's not as simple as pressing a button and poof, you're in the cloud. You have to remap processes. You have to, and it's a great opportunity for process automation. So we're talking to a lot of those existing customers where, we're out at IAMCP events, we're out at, Microsoft Dynamics user-centric events and talking to them about what their options are. And it's really just kind of an education process. It's the new platforms are either right or not right, and we help the customers kind of make the right decision for them. And that's been the most, and of course, as we're doing that, developing, agentic AI to help automate some of those repeatable processes, sort of helping customers realize what process automation is and where they can leverage it in their organizations has been a big benefit to both us and the customers.
And Dan, a quick follow-up to that. You mentioned that Microsoft has kind of put a deadline on the legacy platforms and system. What's really the number one question that you're getting from your clients as it relates to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as, is it the right thing for me to do? So some customers say, hey, can I just ride this old ERP until it dies, or, should I be thinking about making this move right now? And again, it comes down to philosophy to some degree, to, how you leverage technology as an organization. Is there a specific operational or functional benefit that you can gain from the new platform? So I guess my point is that it's not just, there's not one answer fits all. It's very it's very specific to the organization and the end user community. But that's really, that, and, is it going to look like my old ERP system? Spoiler alert, it doesn't. It's a very different platform. It's a modernized cloud-based platform.
Okay, great. Thanks for sharing that information. I'm sure people watching have had similar questions in their own business. So just wanted to get some inside information about how you guys are dealing with it as a company. Murali, I'm going to come back to you in a Cetas, because you guys have been able to carve out a very distinctive space by combining automation, cloud, and AI. And just to give a bigger look, a macro bird's eye view, the global business process automation market, that's actually projected to surpass more than $32.5 billion by 2031. So in a very short amount of time. And I'd like to learn how you guys are leveraging Microsoft solutions, perhaps like Copilot, across automation, AI, and emerging technologies to really help clients improve operational performance while growing your business.
Yeah, sure. So we are taking this in two approaches. One is basically we are looking at this as a typical implementation partner, where we help customers to move from legacy platforms to the cloud versions, or to implement newer versions, upgrades, and so on. So that's one aspect of it. The second aspect is we are also looking at this as an ISV vendor. So which means we are developing a lot of add-ins to the Dynamics platforms, which really adds value to customers, because we have been doing this for the past 16 years. We have seen a lot of use cases where there could typically be a candidate for a new add-in to be developed, rather than keep developing that as a customization for each implementation you do. Instead, you develop this as an add-on, and Microsoft has done a great job in putting up a Microsoft marketplace where we can list these apps as an add-in, and end customers or partners can locate these add-ins and recommend for customers and so on. So because of these add-ins and because of the marketplace visibility, we today are getting, leads from pretty much every part of the globe. We get leads from South America or Far East or Australia, New Zealand, you just name it. So that's the power of the add-in solutions. So with those add-in solutions, now we are taking the next step of taking them as agentic AI. We are developing agents to automate smaller use cases, take bite-sized chunks, and then be able to solve one single problem for a customer and list them in the marketplace, and that can really have a significant value. Microsoft has also a internal portal where their own sellers can look up all the agents available by partners, and we have some of our agents listed there as well. So these are all various mechanisms Microsoft has been helping us to take this AI revolution to the customers.
And both of you, you and Daniel, have just mentioned agentic AI and some portion of your response, which is making me think we need to have a whole other session exactly on how that particular sect, agentic AI, is really playing a very big role, and how companies are trying to spearhead their transformation to this next evolution of technology. But thank you for sharing that, Murali. And Medina, I'm going to bring it over to you now, specifically in the AI space. And I know that you're doing a lot of stuff for the ethics around AI. But when I think about artificial intelligence and automation becoming more integrated into business operation, new security risks, they're also emerging alongside, however, new opportunities. Can you describe how SafePC, rooted especially in being a Microsoft Cloud partner, how you guys are helping clients balance this type of innovation with responsible risk management in this rapidly changing environment?
Well, one of the greatest challenges that we've been facing is that employees they were using everything else but Copilot. They were coming to the office, still using Chat GPT. Claude now has come up saying, well, we have an AI agent that can do cybersecurity. And anytime you do cybersecurity, you need a human element in the story. What AI is doing is it's enabling us. It's not replacing us. So we have been doing a lot of work. Right now, we have a couple of clients that we're taking to CMMC level 2. We're revamping the security plans to incorporate AI and data governance. One of the greater products that Microsoft has done with Microsoft Purview, they have really added a lot of the AI governance and data governance inside the admin portal. My technical team, we go ahead and we do that on behalf of our clients, but we also are doing monthly and quarterly training sessions, educating the employees, making sure they're using Copilot. And one of the challenges that we thought that was important is that we made sure we had to go in and train them because they felt comfortable with these other solutions that appeared to be easy, but they were not secure. So it was important that they use Copilot and stay inside the business environment because we support both hybrid and remote workforce. So it's very important when they log into that secure VPN that they go right into their Microsoft 365 environment and they're utilizing Copilot. And the good thing about Copilot now, it does incorporate Chat GPT. It does incorporate aspects of cloud. It's taking some of the best practices from other LLMs, incorporating that into Copilot and making the solution a lot more effective. Because Coworker is based on the Claude LLM, just so you know.
Okay, thank you so much, Medina, for sharing that. I'm going to round this out with one last question for each of you, because if you guys would be able to share just one piece of advice to business leaders who are seeking to accelerate their own company's growth by leveraging what Microsoft's Cloud Partner Program has to offer, what sort of mindset shift or strategic priority do you all think that they should embrace to ensure that they're going to build organizations that are both innovative and adaptable in the future economy? Murali, I'll go ahead and start with you.
Sure. So basically, a lot of business leaders today are sort of like, in a bit of a wait and watch mode. So my recommendation would be to put up, take one step at a time, put up a pilot or a proof of concept, make sure AI can work for you, AI can deliver real business value. Then, take that one bite-sized chunk at a time. That would be my recommendation, Kori. Yeah.
All right, perfect. And Dan, do you have a recommendation?
Yeah, well, Murali hit the nail on the head, but I would say, we're very, focused on modernization and productivity. The only advice I would say is, don't forget security. Whether it's AI-centric security or platform security or, your physical office security. We still see a lot of businesses out there who are reluctant to invest in their information security policies, practices, products, user education, and all of that. All of the good stuff that you do can be for naught if you don't keep an eye on your business's security in the cloud.
All right, no, that's great advice as well. Medina, how about you?
To piggyback back on both Murali and Daniel, I think they are right. They're straight on that adoption, focusing on training, always developing a pilot is a great idea. Because then you decide you can figure out what mistakes you've made and how you can improve that pilot. And then Daniel is correct saying that organizations have been a bit reluctant on security, but because of the rise in generative AI, they realize now they're going to have to focus more on security. And, one of the reasons why I joined the Global Council for Responsible AI is because I knew we were going to need to educate people to use AI responsibly, not use it as a tool to hack people's systems. There's a lot of fake AI out there on the market, and we need to ensure that when we become innovative, we also protect the technology and use it in the best ethical way. So
All
as I
right,
wrap up,
perfect.
that's what I wanted to emphasize.
No, that's excellent. This is all excellent advice for other leaders out there who are definitely wanting to make sure that their companies are going to remain adaptable as we go forward. And the technology is, of course, changing so quickly. So that wraps up our Q&A section. And right now, we're going to go into a very quick rapid fire. So you all just need to say the very first thing that comes to your mind, as we really want our audience to kind of take a peek behind the curtain of what makes you all such great leaders and how you kind of go about your everyday life. All right. With our rapid fire section, Daniel, you're up first. What motivates you to keep going and why?
What motivates me to keep going is, continuing to help customers, to stay productive and be gainfully employed and be a valuable member to my team.
Okay. Medina, you're up next. What are 3 skills people need to be a successful entrepreneur?
Well, I think most importantly, you got to listen. And I think you have to also build a strong team, but because you can learn from your team. And I think that you have to be patient and definitely wait out the cycle. Business goes up and down. I'm telling entrepreneurs now, this is the time to be an entrepreneur because of AI. So again, always say, listen, build and learn from your team, and be patient during the business. But right now, this is probably one of the greatest business cycles in information technology. Years ago, it was the internet, and then it was moving to the cloud, and now it's AI. And this is an opportunity, I think, right now for entrepreneurs to really create generational wealth.
All
But you
right.
have to be patient.
Have to be patient. Got it. Murali, what time of day are you most productive?
Surprisingly, it's the evenings because we gotten used to working with customers in Europe and the US. So we stay up a bit late. Of course, we start the day a bit late. So yeah, I'm more productive during the evenings actually.
Okay. Do you consider yourself, though, Murali, a evening person or a morning person normally?
No, I consider myself a evening person really.
Okay,
So
you do, for sure. All right, Daniel, back to you. What's your favorite life hack?
Routine. I know it's boring. I suppose some people would call it habit. They've written books on the power of habit, but I like doing the same things at the same time every day. I eat the same things. It just kind of lets my brain sort of go on autopilot, and I can still be productive.
Wait, you really eat the same thing every day?
Pretty much every day. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Wow.
unless I go out to dinner with my wife, then I scan the
Then you
menu, but
mix it up.
I mix it up. Yeah, but for lunch and breakfast, it's pretty boring.
Oh, all right. No, I like that. Okay, Medina, back over to you. What book would you say changed your life? I know this is a difficult one. A lot of people have like 10 books, but I'm going to ask you to just give us one.
I have to say, Maya Angelou, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. I read it when I was in elementary school. I read it in high school. I recently read it again. Maya Angelou, I'm not sure if everyone knows, but she was a very famous African American woman poet. And one of her famous quotes is, "When people show you who they are, you believe it." And a lot of her books and a lot of her quotes, I really use that as my philosophy as a business person, and just really using my instinct to kind of figure this world out, I guess. But she just had
Okay.
a lot of wisdom, a lot of strength. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. Murali, this one is for you. What is the one app that you cannot live without?
Oh, that would be Microsoft Teams. It has helped us so much avoid the travel, be able to collaborate with customers and partners globally, save so much time and travel time and build better bridges. So yeah, it has to be Microsoft Teams.
Okay, I like that. And this is our final rapid fire question. It's for all three of you because here at CultureBanx, we like to use music with all of our articles to make sure that people have a genuine, authentic connection with the content that we're putting out. So we would love to know what song is currently on repeat on your playlist. Daniel, what song is it for you?
I was hoping you would ask this because I am too old to have a playlist,
You're
but I
never
do.
too old to have any playlist.
I do have CDs loaded into my truck, and it's a very predictable mix of 90s and early 2000s stuff. It's Soundgarden, it's Outkast, that genre of music is
Okay.
perpetually on repeat in my vehicles.
Okay, I like that. Morale, how about you? What song are you listening to today?
It would be Elton John, especially Circle of Life from Lion King movie. I watched that movie with the kids. It really had a profound impact on me. So I still keep playing it. So yeah.
Oh, I like that. Medina, what about you?
I love that song too, Circle of Life. I really, really do. Uh, but recently, I've been listening to a lot of George Michael, and one of my favorite songs he did was it's called A Different Corner, and it's about love and just the challenges. So I've been listening a lot to George Michael. But I also like Daniel, I like Outkast as well too. So.
Well, you're from
It's
Atlanta.
but
You,
I but
you
I've
have
seen
to,
Lion
right?
King. But also with the Lion King, I've seen them on Broadway 3 times, and I just love that. I love the play, and I love the music. So I definitely understand where Morali's coming from as well. And
All
then
right.
of course Daniel Outcast. Yes, yes.
Medina, I'll give you some inside baseball. I am such an Outcast fan that my personal email address, the first part of my personal email address is Daniel 3000.
Oh
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh.
Yeah, I'm a lifer.
Well, I have to share this with you. I have to share this with you. I grew up with Andre 3000. His mother, when I was a teenager, she did my nails.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. And then
Look
when
at
he
that.
became a hit, he retired her.
Is
Like,
that right?
so she only did, yeah, she was only a nail manicurist for about 10 years. And then when he became big, the first thing he did was he bought her a house and just retired her.
That's a good
But
son.
unfortunately, she passed away about 10 years ago. Yeah, yeah. But I still wish she was still here. She's a good mother too. Very good mother. Yeah.
See, look at all these
Yeah.
connections that you
How
guys
are you
have. This
all?
is why we have to do our rapid fire section. I'm like, you
Ah,
got to get behind the curtain of the business leaders and make sure that we're, understanding the people who are leading these great organizations. I want to thank all three of you for joining us today for this elevating innovation session.